You win this battle, man, I'll soon be dead. I'll glue your face to my dick so I can fuck with your head. I got metaphors coming through my pores. You probably never been in a battle before, so I hope you realize your mistake. There ain't no party, got some candles, this will be a piece of cake.
Wow.
We need a better verb for what this is called. I'd like say casting pod. I think that'd be nice. Can we get that going?
It's casting pod.
It's supposed to podcast.
Podcasting?
Casting pod.
So-
Yeah, just
once-
podcasting sounds like remedial.
Once we're like Connor's able to like get our levels right, he's gonna say, "Okay, guys, that's enough." And that's how
Okay, guys,
we know.
that's enough.
Ooh, and we're rise.
Oh my god, you fucked it up right out of the game. That's unbelievable. You were ramping up so ready to start the show, and then you got to the second
As soon as he
syllable
said
and
that, this is
dropped the ball.
exactly what we're gonna do.
He's
We're
like,
gonna
as soon as
kick
he said the
things
thing,
up.
he says this thing and probably just fucks it up. Unbelievable.
Oh man, I'm really R-worded if I'm being honest. That's right, I'm raped. Isn't that cool? Oh, Ilya, you and I have been trying.
That's the word you get perfectly right.
To be fair, I just don't like the incorrect grammar of saying I'm raped. You can say I was raped.
No, I'm saying like now I become raped.
Now I am raped.
Abused.
Destroyer. Dude, is this the quickest we came up with brought up rape in any podcast? I think every week I'm like, we got to stop talking about this.
Can I be vulnerable for a second?
Oh, God.
I edited our episode that I'm actually going to release tonight.
Ooh.
Right? And it's the one where you showed me a whole bunch of dicks and I had to pick out which one I liked best.
That's again, that's not what the challenge was.
And the amount of editing I had to do.
Oh, yeah.
We're never doing that again. It's so I was like, my boss is like, what are you doing? Well, like, I see you're clocked in, but you're not doing anything. I'm like, I'm doing something very important. I'm blurring out penises to post on YouTube. Matt, have you seen a human dick in real life? Be honest.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Besides yours?
Yeah, I have seen other ones.
Do you have any,
I grew up playing sports. I was in locker rooms.
Okay.
It was a little locker room talk.
Ooh.
That's funny. You guys should branch off into podcasts.
I don't think there's anybody that listens to my podcast that doesn't know about locker room talk.
Yeah.
It was a podcast that Matt and I had together.
Yeah, I
Are
know.
you familiar with that? We also did the Super
Ilya
Seniors.
was on
I did the podcast.
But are you familiar with it?
No,
is the question I'm asking.
No, not familiar with.
No.
I've been there, but I was.
We had a girl on the last episode. And we have a girl on this one too. I'm just joking, dude. You got to relax, man. I'm just joking.
Are you
around.
really spread eagle the whole time, or is this?
I like
a-
it. It makes me feel confident.
You looks like you're convalescing and you can't bend your legs and you just like keep them straight
I
out.
did recently have limb lengthening surgery, right? So I'm trying not to be on it too much.
It'd be so funny if you were embarrassed about it, but you got it. But it's so marginal that no one noticed.
Dude, honestly, like it's so much pain and suffering and money and risk to be just 3 inches taller, and I have signed up to do it.
Theoretically, why
Yeah.
can't it be as like like these telescoping mics? Like, why can't it just be as long as you want? Like when it's still just building up the bone. If they reinforce it, you should still be able to hold up the rest of your body, right? Why is there a limit to only a couple inches? That seems ridiculous to
I
me.
don't know.
I mean, I would assume there's enough angry short people in the world, and I'm sure some of them work in medicine. If there was a way to do it, I'm sure it would be happening already.
Well, to be fair, there are probably a bunch that died when they were figuring out what the surgery was.
Well, I mean, in like Kanye's mom died from like breast enhancement surgery.
That is first of all, it's reduction. And
Reduction.
that's very funny that you were like, this 50-year-old woman was like, now's the time for me to get some tick bitties. So I actually think
I assume Kanye's whole family never did anything really mentally unstable.
that is
honestly,
yeah, that is true. I think the surgeon that did the surgery gets a bad rap because here's the story. So Kanye's mom was like overweight.
Yeah.
And so she got liposuction and breast reduction, right? And she left the hospital after the surgery against doctors' orders. They were like, okay, we're going on record as saying you shouldn't leave, but they can't keep her from leaving.
Yeah.
She was like, my like cousin or nephew or something is a nurse. And they were like, okay, well, you need an apparatus. You can't just have someone that's a nurse living in your house.
Yeah.
And then the nurse left to like party with their friends. And then she like died while he was gone.
Wait, so she was trying to lose weight, and so she wanted
She
to get
got
rid of her
liposuction.
and she wanted to get rid of her titty weight too, or was that just a separate thing?
think tig bitties usually on someone that's become obese are not like the same tig bitties that you and I watch in adult cinema. I don't think.
So you think?
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So that part, like she considers that part of that's weight loss, basically.
Weight
You
loss.
take down your
Yeah.
tits a bit. That's
So wait, so
that's
what?
like if I got like a testicle removed, I can't be like, oh, trying to lose a little bit of weight. You know? It's a different
But
thing.
what if
Depends on how big your balls are.
What if you had an
Disproportionate.
otherwise healthy BMI, but the one testicle was really weighing you down?
Yeah.
Be honest.
But the one testicle isn't what's giving you the BMI.
Oh,
putting
Matt
on
Maran
BMI.
is the guest, by the way.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys?
I completely forgot to do it last time.
You did. The
What
whole,
do you have on?
Brittany Cardwell.
Yeah.
But hey, at least I didn't get stuck doing not my day job because I don't have one anymore. So here's let's
What
catch
happened to your
Matt up
day
to-
job?
So
Yeah.
I have one.
Yes.
Elia used to be a lawyer,
Yes.
but he's since quit to become a full-time comedian.
okay.
But me, I'm still
Well, he was an immigration lawyer, and they're doing great now, so they don't
Yeah,
really
you
need
must have
Elliot.
so
much
anymore.
work, dude.
no, it's like
Isn't that fun.
Well, it's handy now that they're all in detention. It really makes it easier.
Oh my god, were they talking during class?
To be fair, they have arrested high school kids, so they might have been talking to. What was the pout?
I was actually having a moment of being really sad about something bad that's happening in the world.
Related to immigration.
Mm-hmm.
I think earlier you said you want to be vulnerable, so be vulnerable about that.
Oh, what I wanted to be vulnerable about is that I felt like it took too long to edit the last episode of the podcast.
So not vulnerable at all.
I don't really know how to be vulnerable.
Do you know what vulnerable means?
Yeah, it's when you say something to fill up time on the podcast.
Your girlfriend asks you, why can't you be more vulnerable? It's like, okay, I'll stretch.
Yeah.
How was your day?
Yeah.
So anyway, day job. Ilya is a full-time comedian
Full-time
now.
comedian.
Yeah, congrats, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I tried to be a full-time comedian and then I spent about $15,000 of my savings. Being a full-time comedian is expensive, dude.
Yeah.
I've been trying to I told my accountant, I'm like, look at all these drink tickets.
Also, you shouldn't have hired an accountant. You cannot afford an accountant.
You know what I do though? And I did say do just now. I have two spreadsheets. One, how much I make from doing comedy. One, how much I spent doing comedy. And yes, the latter is more than the former, but I write off my monthly Metro Pass as a comedy expense. Now, I probably shouldn't have said this on the internet.
Yeah.
It's my accountant let me do it, right? And by my accountant, I mean a guy who's friends with my dad and feels bad saying no to me.
Do you open up the Excel sheet and be like, yeah, spread it for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a thing you do?
Dude, that's so
Isn't
fun.
that much fun?
So Matt,
Yes.
how are you?
I'm good.
I
Now
guess
be
we know
honest. Are you having a good time?
I'm having a good time.
So
Okay.
I guess that's what it is then.
Yeah.
Bobby's being really vulnerable.
Yeah.
Being vulnerable.
Yeah.
So,
It's
there's a reason why you're on the podcast today.
Is it? Because you did not tell me.
Oh, it's a surprise
Yeah.
for Elia.
yeah.
So do we
Get
want to
ready to
leave
do
it?
some editing.
You'd be the first white penis we've had on this podcast.
Oh,
No, the one of the it was a black. They're all black and white photos. One of the guy was like whitish, maybe Latino. I don't know.
So when I was editing the podcast,
Yeah.
I ended up doing like black squares
Yeah,
for like so
to show your solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement.
yeah.
It was literally the joke I was gonna do. Hell yeah, dude! Matt and I are like two ships passing in the night.
Yeah.
That have swastikas on them.
Also, the ships have swastikas on them.
Yeah, dude.
That's the tag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wait, did you have it like on a phone he was showing him, or did they just
He had it on the monitor.
No, it's
we
most
brought
it's most-
giant penises up on the monitor.
Yeah, we have the technology. We could have crazy technology nowadays. We have the
Yeah.
ability to have porn from the internet projected onto the TV, or not porn, which was the concept of the bit.
Ooh.
That it wasn't porn.
The bit is gay porn or art. Which one is it? Art or gay porn? And I had 3 pictures of art and 1 picture of gay porn, and he had to tell me which one was which.
Were they all just pictures of penises?
I mean, that's a very limiting way of thinking about that.
It is a limited.
Were they pictures?
Matt, you just don't
Did they talk
understand
about-
art.
Did they talk about the African American diaspora in some
Yeah.
ways, which I
Yeah.
think might have been relevant, possibly?
Mhm.
Right?
It's possible, dude.
Yeah.
When I see a hard 10-inch uncircumcised black dick, there's a lot of thoughts that go through my mind.
What do we think of the what I call bullshit art, but they'll call abstract?
Well, which kind? Like
Like when
depends
someone puts, so there's certain things I feel like I have a big problem when someone just draws a circle in the middle of
Okay,
a
yeah.
white sheet and says this is art.
because they were like a perfectly good clan. But God damn it! You know how hard it is to source these things.
Like I don't even when someone does something that's like the piss Christ, I'm like, all right, you're at least saying something.
That,
with
I love
this.
that exhibit. That was a
Yes.
sensation
I
exhibit. My
think-
dad took me when I was a kid. It's
Yeah,
like,
I think
love that
that's
shit.
something. But
The thing I like about the abstract art is because I don't give much thought to it. So I just like, if I'm in a museum, I'll just look at it like, oh, I like that.
Yeah.
And then I don't give it more thought. Because the stuff that pisses me off is the stuff that's like an assemblage of things, and they're clearly trying to make some sort of point, and it's over the top. Like that's where it's annoying. Like I saw one where it's just like there's like a bathtub and there's like a tether of like, I don't know, feathers or something, just a bunch of random shit in like assembly. It's like, well, that's just nonsense.
Yeah,
but like a painting with some cool colors splattered on it in a cool way.
Yeah.
I don't
Jackson
care.
Pollock painting. I think
it's
that's
fun.
like fine.
Yeah, I like it.
When someone steals a urinal and just puts it up in a museum, I'm like, what are we doing? Come on.
I don't think Marcel Duchamp stole that urinal. I think it's found. I think that's the essence of his found art. Sorry, did I take this conversation into a new area?
Sorry, Bobby, we need you to be vulnerable for us right now.
Okay. I remember actually.
Do you?
I do.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
What is that? It's that like 3 minutes and something seconds of like silence.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
John Cage.
Yeah.
Cage. No,
John Cage, I think.
Cage, the New York
Cage?
rapper.
Yes.
I think no, it's not. Is it John Cage?
I think
Is
so.
that his name? Kale. If only there's a producer who could look that up 20 minutes from now. But yeah.
Yes, I remember that because I took it. My dad's like a classical musician.
Yeah.
Went to Juilliard, plays piano. So I took in high school a music appreciation class, and the teacher showed us John Cage, who like plays the piano with his elbows, bangs it, and then has a piece. I think it's 4 minutes and 34 seconds where he just sits at a piano and doesn't play music, and turns a page every 30 seconds.
How long do you know the song is though? Like when it ends? Because the only way you know it ended, is when another song starts, right? So
see, I think it ends when like he breaks the silence to go, I got my hands up, some, hey, hey, hey. Should I have picked a pop song where I knew more of the lyrics? Yes.
I don't know. You should have picked a song that I knew what the fuck.
It's a party in the USA.
Oh, is that? Oh, I don't know the verse parts of that. I've only ever heard the chorus.
I was singing the chorus. You know what? I woke up today with
Great.
the
Good for you. Some people died. Some people didn't get the chance.
I'm laughing.
And you're just laughing in their face.
Some people died and I'm laughing.
I was say some people woke up today and died. The first thing they did was die.
Damn.
Upon waking.
I don't want to die. That's not true.
Okay.
So I had CIA by Weird Al stuck in my head as I woke up.
I don't know the literacy.
What's
What's that a parody of? Oh, it's a parody. Oh, it's a parody. Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
I pieced it together given context.
I put the earphones in and I listened to it while I brushed my teeth.
Yeah.
And while I sucked a dick.
Really?
I brushed my teeth before I suck a dick.
I listen to John Cage when I wake up in the morning. 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
I'm a two birds with one stone kind of guy, so I just put toothpaste right on the dick.
Yeah.
I feel like
okay.
But it's good for the gums.
Yeah.
Matt, do you have some kind of morning routine? This is a question I just thought of.
Yeah. I mean, I always have a bottle of water and a protein shake, and I do 100 push-ups at some point before I leave.
In a row?
No, I usually split it up in just a few sets.
Oh,
I'll usually do 25 at a time.
Damn.
Yeah. But so sometimes if I'm like home for a while before I go out, maybe I'll like spread it out more. But if I'm like whenever I have to get up to go somewhere, I get up like an hour before I have to leave so I can do like, shower, brush my teeth, suck a dick, and push-ups and protein shake.
The triple S.
Yep.
The last S is suck a dick.
I don't know if I'm more mad at you for asking the question or for him for providing us with the answer and just having a regular conversation.
I did say suck a dick.
You did throw it in at the end, but it wasn't enough to save it.
Okay.
It was like, oh, he's just talking
I'll go back to talking about my music appreciation class.
Let's
Well, because it was...
I wish I had bullshit classes to take in high school.
Well, I remember the teacher played the John Cage thing, and then like she wanted the kids to debate whether or not it is or isn't art.
Yeah.
So she like asked, is there anybody who thinks that this isn't valuable art? And no one raised their hand because no one wanted to argue with the teacher. And then I was like, okay, I'll say that's not.
At the very least, art is one thing. I think technically you could say it's not music, right? I think music implies,
she was saying it's the absence of music.
which is not music.
Yes.
I understand you can have
I think sometimes
musical
sex
composition-
is the absence of an orgasm.
Yeah.
Well, it is.
Absence of
What the fuck
her
are you talking about?
orgasm.
Yes, sex. That is sex. You don't have to come for it to be sex.
See, he's on my team. Hell yeah, dude.
I'll be honest. I'm genuinely confused about what point I just made by saying that to you. Are you saying you can't have sex unless you come?
Take it over, Matt.
Nope. Matt, wait.
Hold on.
Are
No.
you saying you can't have sex?
Hold on. I want to see if Matt and I are on the same page. Matt, what was I saying?
So the absence of music is when you don't play music. So sex is the absence of an orgasm.
I think that sex is the absence of an orgasm.
He was saying he can't make women come.
Yeah. So every time you're not coming, you're not having sex. And when you are having sex, it means you're coming. But there's no like.
So he's overthinking this, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think Bobby was just
I'm not
trying to be
overthinking. I'm saying you can have
self-deprecating.
sex without coming.
Yeah.
But you're.
It doesn't sound particularly fun, but yeah.
But yeah. So what you said was a fallacy.
He was saying in his mind, sex is the absence of an orgasm because he's so bad at sex.
I don't know how to break it down.
No, I got it. You disappoint women. It's just not a good bit. I understand.
Guys, we're being real vulnerable right now.
Really vulnerable.
But I will say, last thing about John Cage, I asked my dad about him, and he was very mad in a music appreciation class that that's what they were making us watch.
Yeah. I was also, this is why you and I are kindred spirits.
Yeah.
You know, not just because
I know when you're saying you're bad at sex.
Yeah, dude. But also I had like pretty much the exact same experience.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, music is when you hear sounds at least.
Yeah.
Right? Music is, can I say something controversial yet, Brave? I think music is in 4/4 time.
And
Oh,
what?
Play 5/4 time, I'm gonna get pissed. You know what I mean?
You don't like weird time signatures. You're like.
Not really, unless it's grindcore and they're doing blast beats. But
I
that's
hate-
still in 4/4 time. It's
That's
just
my least favorite.
18/18
I hate
or
that
whatever.
kind of drumming, but I appreciate the energy of drawing for, but it's not good.
Dude, I will listen to Power Violence for like a few minutes,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, I've had enough of this. Don't tell G Meyer I said this, but I after a little while, I'm like, this is too much, dude.
He's too busy vomiting on people in the crowd.
Dude, honestly, he's so fun. You ever hang out with G Meyer?
I don't hang out.
We
I
should
went to
have
an
him on the
I went to-
podcast.
I went to
which
an Islanders game with him once.
dude, was he wild?
It was me, him, and it was I forgot it was a couple other comics also, but no, it was just a fun time.
He's
but
a good
then
hang.
at a few certain points when like a play happened, there's like plays that happen and they yell, "Oh, that was a bad call" or whatever. He would yell out at things that nobody else was upset about.
Love
So
that,
he's
dude.
just there's just something happened. He's like, "Come on, that was," and no one else noticed anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I had dinner with him one time, and it was
Yeah.
such a nice time.
Yeah.
You know, and I thought to myself, how many Bandit fans would be jealous of me, right? Actually, I saw a girl on the subway, and this is back when I was a single man. I saw a girl on the subway, and she had a Bandit t-shirt, and I almost was like, hey, I know the guy that sings in that band.
And then she sprayed you.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, and then she sprayed you.
I don't have my pepper spray now.
You had pepper spray before?
I carried pepper spray because I think that it is gay, but sometimes you got to be gay to be safe,
Right.
right? And
To get women back.
exactly, yeah. I only spray people that have sprayed me, right?
Yeah.
Because I took an airplane to Scotland, and I was in Penn Station, and as I was in Penn Station on my way to go to LaGuardia, I realized I had pepper spray in my bag. So I had to throw it out.
Yeah.
You know, I came so close to almost bringing pepper spray through TSA by mistake. Wouldn't that be fun?
I accidentally snuck edibles into Israel once.
How much? Like a distribution amount? Like it would have been an issue, or they would have just been like, you have to throw this away.
They
silly
would have just
goose.
been like, you had to throw it. It was a small box.
Yeah.
But I had like a month earlier, I was in Seattle, and so I just used the same duffel bag. And then just didn't take everything out of the smaller pockets.
And that's when you were going on your very late stage birthright.
Yes,
You were
I
like,
did.
hello, fellow college kids.
No, they were. It was all an older group.
Really?
They put all
You think
the
you just
age
paired
groups-
one older guy with a bunch of teens?
That would be great, dude. Can you imagine?
Come
Matt
on.
and a bunch of 19-year-old girls.
Yeah,
That's not
no.
even Jewish.
They're all bored. He's trying to explain presidential facts to them. So Benjamin Harrison was only in office.
They had he was only in office 4 years between Grover Cleveland's 2 non-consecutive terms.
Matt's second favorite non-consecutive term.
Do you like that we have
president.
another non-consecutive term? Was that like a big exciting thing for you?
Not particularly.
Someone asked me that. Okay,
Yeah.
so
I
by
don't
the way,
think
Matt,
the non-consecutive term thing. I don't think is a particularly exciting thing
You,
anyway.
always you get excited because you think you're about to say non-consensual, and then you're like, no, non-consecutive.
yeah, someone actually unironically asked me that. They're like, and I have like Matt doesn't have Trump derangement syndrome like I do. I have it pretty bad.
Yeah.
So someone was like, hey, are you excited at least that this is another historical event? I'm like, no, I'm fucking not, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Kind of a silly little
I will
thing
say
happened.
that doesn't That doesn't mean I like him. The way you put it that way, you're like, Matt doesn't have Trump derangement syndrome. I'm like, yeah, I don't have make America great again shit everywhere.
You
Like,
could be somewhere in the middle. For
Yes.
sure. I actually like am operating under the assumption right now that everyone knows who you are and who I am and how we're related to each other.
Yeah.
Which is actually a bunch of mistakes in a row.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there could be people that don't know the three of us that just stumbled on to this video because I rage baited the title, which is what I've been doing now.
It's almost as if we should emphasize just being funny. So
I
it's
can't,
not
dude.
contextual.
No,
And so the
I'm
people don't have
not.
to
I
hear
won't
that.
be. I'm not being fun anymore. Matt Rife did a street joke on his first Netflix special. I am getting a jaw implant.
What was the street joke?
What do you tell a woman with two black eyes? Nothing you already told her twice?
He told it like exactly like that.
No, but that was the punchline.
Oh, was that- no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was enough where I'm like, I wouldn't have done that. What was
Yes.
very funny about that, it's the Overton window situation, because there were a lot of girls that were like gooning to him, and then he's like a misogynist, or at least in their minds, right? And they're like, I can't believe he would do this. Meanwhile, I'm on the other side, just being a comedy purist, being like, I can't believe he would do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
well, because he
I'll
got
open
all
for you, Matt. I'm just kidding. I'll open for you.
He got all these like female fans, and then like put out a Netflix special. It was like to show he's like
Yeah.
for the boys. It's not doing domestic violence. Just it's a weird choice.
Yeah. You could be for the boys and not do domestic violence.
I think it's funny when like sometimes comics are like, we have comic friends who like they're pretty clean or whatever, and they'll be like, I wish I could do that, and then they try to do something like outside their wheelhouse. It just doesn't work for them.
Yeah.
They'll come up to me and be like, how do you get away with it? It's like, I don't know, it's just my vibe works with that kind of thing.
You know
But
what
you
it-
can't do that.
It really works is you have a low level psychopathy where you don't care if people are upset.
Yeah. Honestly, people are like, how do you get away with that? I'm like, people think I'm a dick. What are
Yeah.
you talking
Yeah.
about? Like,
Yeah, you can't be you're betraying them. You're nice and clean. This isn't who you are.
yeah.
I'm gonna go up there and they're just gonna be adversarial, and so they don't care if I say something.
If someone
bad.
who looked like Ilya did clean material, it would be weird.
I saw this guy at an open mic one time. Pretty cool. Imagine if I just told a story about Matt. No, there's a guy at an open mic, and he was like, and he's like nervous. Not about performing, although you could tell he's kind of new, about the edgy joke he's about to do.
Oh, that's
And he goes, you know, I just, I've noticed that, you know, I use Venmo, and I Venmo my friend, and he's black. And I was like, maybe I should ask for his Cash App. And I'm like, yeah, black people use Cash App. It's fine. He told this to a room full of open micers that
Yeah.
were like, dude, I've heard that premise 3 times.
Yeah.
It wasn't even an
not even-
R-word joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be interpreted one of 2 ways.
I was excited for something much more.
I know,
positive
right?
than that.
I felt like comedy blue balls at that point.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm.
Which is kind of, you want to leave the audience teased a little bit.
You want to
You don't want to give them all at once. You've got to tease them for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then that's what Chappelle does. He'll go on for 3 hours.
I've
he's teasing
seen
the
a
whole time.
lot of comedians kind of do like comedy edging, really.
Yeah.
Where, you know, and I'm on the show, they're on the show, and I watch them, and they even leave the stage without telling one punchline. And I'm like, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some comedy edging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
feel like they probably stole. Are you okay with them stealing your bit?
He's never coming on again, dude.
To be fair, sometimes Bobby goes up and does the John Cage bit. Just stands quiet
Yeah.
for 4 minutes.
I do
and-
remember seeing a comic who used to go up and like actually not talk.
Wait, how many? What's the
sucks.
song called? It's a 4 minutes.
4 minutes and 34 seconds.
Okay, I was trying to remember how long Derek Chauvin was on George Floyd's
Yeah.
neck. I was trying to see if I want to see if like they're exact like double of each other.
Yeah,
There's-
John
we could create a
Cage.
new
Yeah, Dave
conspiracy.
Chappelle.
No, I think that's
Yeah.
art.
Dave Chappelle named that special. It was actually a ripoff of John Cage's
Yeah.
song.
That actually, I remember reading that whatever Dave Chappelle named that special, the time was wrong. And it's such a good.
Was it because
Yeah.
black people are late?
A white guy would have died in like 7 minutes.
It's such a good like encapsule of what 2020 was, where everyone was upset, but no one really had all the information.
Yeah.
I really like that, you know.
Yeah.
Where people are like, I can't believe people aren't wearing their
To be
masks
fair,
outside.
it wouldn't have been as strong a message if you put the approximate.
yeah. The little like squiggly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're past that, and now we have things like Israel Palestine where people are upset and they all know all the details about it at all times.
Now, Matt, I can't believe we steamrolled right
we
over this.
got a fellow Zionist.
Yeah. Oh well, I don't think so.
No.
No,
Not
he's.
really.
I mean, probably Zionist in the sense that you believe Israel should exist, But that after that, it's like, who knows?
I mean, I don't. They like when we were on Birthright, they asked like, how important is it to you to have Jews exist in 500 years? And some people were like, yes. And I'm just kind of like, oh, I want people to exist and be peaceful and happy regardless of what
and
they
that's
are.
how Matt got kicked out of Birthright.
So it's more of like, I want Israel to. It's like I want a place to exist where people can exist in peace, regardless of what that is.
Yeah.
Because I never had any family in Israel. I never had been there. I went after brain surgery. I wanted to travel, and I had a free trip from the U.S. government. So I took
who's
it.
going to be your accountant and manager and banker and booker? Yeah, who's going to do those? Who's going to take the jobs that only Jews want?
Yeah.
Do you guys know the David Goggins? Is it David Goggins? Who's gonna carry the boats? Is that him?
I think so.
He's basically this manosphere guy. Like and
He's like the big workout. Type
yeah, he's
guy,
like,
yeah.
"Hey, fucking do it.
Yeah.
And he has this mantra: "Who's gonna carry the boats?" Like,
Yeah.
like Viking shit. You
To
know.
be fair, the water keeps the boats afloat.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's only on land when you have to carry a boat.
But the idea that you would do that, but about Jews.
Okay.
Who's gonna do the accounting? Yeah.
But yeah, it was like an interesting group because they actually stopped doing the older groups. It used to be up to age 26. Then they did it up to age 32 and they lowered it back down like the year after I went because all the older kids,
do you think you remember?
their minds are made up. Like they weren't going to be like, although a couple people from my trip are like engaged and getting married, which is like what they want out of the trip, I think.
Yeah.
There was like a couple people who were like a little younger, like 24, 25, but that was the youngest. Everyone was 26, 32.
You know, it would be very funny if they were like going around and being like, so why are you doing Birthright? And you go, well, I heard vasectomies are cheaper in Israel. They'd be like, oh, no, you can't.
Yeah.
Matt, no.
That's not what we... There was like one guy from New Zealand who was his mom's Jewish, but he was uncircumcised, and he's just like traveling. And then there would be
those are two facts about him. He's uncircumcised.
I just mean as far as like
here's a tear said uncircumcised will travel.
I just meant that he wasn't in his. He was not like super religious,
Uncut and undiscovered.
And there was like one girl who was like this like. Basically like a Fox News lady who just like hated Palestine and Palestinians. And there were other people who were like completely like normal, but then one of them like seemed fine. And then one of them would just be like, oh no, I have to marry a Jewish girl. My family would kill me. It was like a wide range of like how like religious any of the people were. But yeah, a lot of them, there's people who I'm like still friends with from that trip who it was really just like, oh, I guess I get a free trip.
Did you get to ride a camel?
I did ride a camel.
That was fun.
Did you do Birthright?
Yeah.
Yeah. When did you do it? How old were you?
23. I did it. I almost aged out because I think it was like 26, 27. So like 2013. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like a while ago, I saw the fat girl got bit by a camel. It was pretty funny
Hell yeah.
because you have to like line up to get like you go one by one
Yeah.
to approach the camel.
Yeah.
And like the camel just wasn't having it.
Well, she didn't see the sign on the camel's back that said no fat chicks.
Yeah. To be fair. It was
Yeah.
it was written in Arabic. To be fair.
There was one night where we like were in like the desert in South Israel
Like
and we
the
did like
Bedouin
stargazing.
Yeah.
The Bedouin
That was-
tent.
yeah,
That was when I
that
did the edibles I took.
that'd
I
be
snuck
great.
into Israel.
Oh, you intentionally brought the edibles.
No,
to-
I
Oh, okay.
forgot that I had them. But then once I did, I'm like, well, I'm going to save them for the night when we're out in the desert.
That's a responsible thing to do because you can't bring them back.
Right.
He hid them inside a gefilte fish, so he just forgot about it entirely.
Yeah. And there was no way anyone was going to find it because no one likes gefilte fish.
Awful.
These are like, yeah, we don't even really eat this that much.
Yeah. But
It
no,
is-
it
I
was
like-
a fun trip. I liked
it's
it.
a cool country. I
Yeah.
like it. It's
There's a lot of cool history stuff.
I want to go, but even if like there's peace
Yeah.
in the near future or even the distant future, my mom will have a heart attack if I go.
Yeah.
And it was hard enough that I moved to New York City. I can't tell her I'm going to a country where there's regular bombings.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we did go to like the Gaza border at one point and just kind of look out amongst God. And I'm like, yeah, I don't even know if that's there anymore. What I saw.
I got in an argument with like one of the rabbis at the Wailing Wall because like they kind of harass you, ask you questions about like because at the time I was dating my wife, my then girlfriend, and I was like they're like it's like oh you got to marry too, and I got into an argument with them, and it's weird they still segregate. You know, the men and the women. And
Yeah.
so you're there. It's like, this is not cool. I don't like this
Yeah.
stuff. I like misogyny as jokes, but you guys
Yeah.
are putting it into practice.
Anything outside
It's
of
not
like a
cool.
comedy show, I don't think you should separate men and women.
Right.
I'm just talking about the performers.
Yeah.
You just want to go to the bathroom with women, don't you?
Yeah.
It is funny that because of like I'm around like comedians, and I like, grew up in New York. I grew up in Queens, so it was everyone just making racial jokes and all. So I don't
go for that kind of stuff.
Right, but I'm like so much into like just ironic like misogyny, racism, and all that stuff. And anytime you actually see it, I'm almost like, wait, whoa, people actually
weird.
do this.
I know.
Yeah.
It's so annoying because like I said, I grew up on ironic racism.
Yes.
I think it's funny. And now all these regular racists come out of the woodwork, and now I can't do ironic. Now I have to do, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. What's the like ironic ironic wokeism?
For so long I liked doing ironic racism and like some of the political.
How can I make fun of my brown friends now?
Yes.
What am I supposed to do? Just
Like,
tell me how to do it.
a lot of the like PC or woke stuff was like, you shouldn't make those jokes. And I'd be like, I want to be able to make those jokes. They'd be like, what are you, right wing? I'm like, no, I just want to make jokes. But then so many of the people who were saying that became right wing now.
Yeah.
And now it's like,
that was the culture war, and it changed politics. It
Yeah.
changed the world.
Now
a couple
it's-
people want to call people faggots.
Yes.
And suddenly, and now this is the world we live in.
yeah, there are what we really need the independent voter is the straight white guy who wants to call things gay but isn't Republican.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
Yeah. I think the two-party system is gay, huh?
There you go.
Okay, that's helpful.
You do that.
Yeah.
Do you see what's his name? Mom Donnie, he can't bench 135 pounds.
I can't vote for him. I was kind of, it's a grassroots campaign. I kind of like the idea of all of it. I was real excited. And I texted Gabby Jordan Brown. She said, oh no, I just got the yick.
Dude, because I saw the headline. It was Mom Donnie can't bench. And I'm like, who the fuck? And then they're 135 pounds. I'm like, ooh, that is odd.
So it is the kind of thing where weights in general, it's if you are a average gym goer, but if you've never worked out before, you'd have to go to the gym for like at least a year before you'd be able to bench 135. So
2 reps. Even? Because that was the thing. He did 2 reps with help.
Unless you're like, I mean, there's like genetic freaks, but I think the average person would have to I legitimately don't believe most adult men could bench 135. I saw a thing that was like 225 bench press is like 0.01% of the population.
Yeah.
But that's such a gym benchmark that it feels like if I can't bench 225, I'm not strong.
Yeah.
And I think 135 is, I think we actually, if you work out at all, you think 135 sounds like not much, and it isn't. Mom Donnie, got to, by the election, get your bench up.
You should be able to bench me, Mom Donnie.
Yes. It is heavier than I think people think, but it is also not the kind of weight you want to be seen on camera not being able to lift.
So can I get a little conspiratorial?
Okay.
I think that he knows. He's like, I can't bench that much.
Yeah.
And he's like, if my base, who doesn't lift at all, gets mad at meatheads for making fun of him, that makes me ever more attractive.
Oh, you think it was specifically a plan? I do have a friend who is a big workout guy who canvasses for Mom Donnie, and I sent him the video, and he said the spotter was helping him the entire way, regardless of. He's like he said his thing is the spotter didn't give him a chance. He might have been able to do it, but the spotter didn't even allow him to try it.
See, I respect the cognitive dissonance and the way he's trying to. The thing is, I'm sure he felt the resistance or lack thereof.
Yeah.
And then, can you imagine if that's how the campaign ended? Is fucking.
It would have been very funny if he killed him, if he died doing
Now, to be fair,
If a Muslim candidate got beheaded.
Yeah.
now I don't think Cuomo or Adams can. I'm sure Mom Donnie's the most physically fit of the 3 of those guys.
Yeah.
I'm sure the second
Oh,
Cuomo
no, I
heard it
think-
happen, he's like,
I think Cuomo could have
he's
lifted
probably roided up
135.
right now.
Really?
Those Italians.
That's true.
Also, he
has
Chris
retard
also he
strength.
spent years holding down those women, right?
Yes,
so that's
that's
a lot
true.
of core and upper body
Chris
stuff.
Cuomo definitely could. Chris Cuomo's in good shape. And I don't think Andrew Cuomo, if your brother lifts that much, and they're clearly close, they lie for each other during a pandemic. And I can see Eric Adams did lift it. I don't know if you saw that video. They showed a video. Eric Adams was benching 135.
Oh, damn.
My conspiracy theory is that Eric Adams and Andrew Cuomo set everything up just so they can show that they can do it and Zoran can't.
Crazy, man. I mean, you know what's going to decide all of this is how much can Curtis Sleeva bench. I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of those guys that can do like 50 pull-ups in a row.
Yeah,
like
I
he
can
looks
see
like
that.
absolute shit, but he just like works. The type of guy that just cares about strength.
Yeah.
like they look like just like a vaguely like fat American.
Yeah.
but then they could do. I mean, the Planet Fitness I work out is all like tiny Hispanics that could like beat the shit out of anybody. You know what I mean? Just like like Homer Simpson
Yeah.
belly,
Yeah.
but can put up more weight than like you could ever imagine. You know?
I mean,
Which I think
Planet
is a
Fitness
beautiful
doesn't have more weight than you could ever imagine.
That's true, dude.
They got some new machines though.
Mhm.
They I work out at a Planet Fitness and they actually got a full squat rack now.
That's cool.
They got they still it's just Smith machine bench press, but they have a couple of other like supine bench press machines.
Mhm.
Pretty cool. Zoran, come on out. I'll train you.
Matt, you'll appreciate this. I was recently asked to calm down at a Planet Fitness.
What did you?
So
they have to set up the lunk alarm.
They didn't set up the lunk alarm, but there was this. I feel bad.
It was in the showers, so
I
it
was-
was, it was an enthusiasm thing.
They're like, sir, you have to wear a condom. I'm like, I have to wear a condom. I'm the one
Like,
getting
they're not-
fucked.
they're not- You want me to put a condom on my soft penis?
Hell, if I'm getting fucked, it's not soft. No, it is. It always is. But anyway, I was okay. I went to failure, right?
Yes.
And usually
It's like you're
talking
stand
about
the gleam in both of your eyes, dude. Okay, so I'm doing this exercise, and I go to failure, and I make like I'll admit it was too much. I knew I was going to failure and that some amount of noise was going to happen.
Yeah.
But it was more than I anticipated. I was like, I was like, I shouldn't have done that. And there's this like teenager. I feel so bad. You know, the teenager from like The Simpsons who's like really nervous.
Yeah.
And I'm just some fucking idiot. Right. So he's
Yeah.
like, excuse me, sir. And I was just like, I was being too loud, wasn't I? And he's like, yes, please. I thought you were injured. Please try not to be so noisy. Anyway, you want to know the exercise I was doing? It was the seated leg curl, aka the fuck me exercise.
Oh, the laying down one, the hamstring curls. Oh, Bobby's. I have worked out with Bobby before. His grunting in the gym is not like any. It is not manly in any way whatsoever. It is
To the
about.
surprise of all.
It
our
does
listeners.
sound kind of like what he just did.
Yeah, it's not too much of an exaggeration.
Do you think you could consciously try to? Do you think you could fight that and be like, do it at a lower volume, or do you think it's just who you are?
So now,
maxing
based on
out.
that incident, like, listen, I can't afford to go to like a screaming gym, as I call them.
Yeah.
Like a gym where you could act like people don't care if you're like going to true failure. But like, I just go like 1 rep shy of failure.
Yeah.
And I like breathe heavily, but I don't make
Yeah.
the fuck me noise.
I did.
I mean,
hear,
I do, just not there.
I did hear in LA, ICE was raiding Planet Fitnesses.
Dude, like, obviously I don't want them to
they should
do
go
that.
they should go to yours clearly
Yeah.
with all the jacked Mexicans.
Sometimes when someone comes to like work in with me, I'll go, hey man, I'm just doing 2 more reps. If you want to work in, I have no problem
Yeah.
with that. Like exactly like that. And they
Yeah.
get intimidated because they don't know English and then they walk away. Does that mean?
was that comment?
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I've so little interest in the last 10 minutes of what's been happening. I'm just like, we gotta get back to.
So you're not a gym guy at all.
No, there was a while that when I was a couple of years back, I was like running 5 miles a day, and I've done like fast and stuff like that. But it just
I feel
I just don't have discipline, or like it's just laziness. But like when I get in the mode, I can do it. But, you know,
I feel like most men are either like cardio guys or lifting guys. At least at some point in their life, they're like, let me try to be one of these.
well, I grew up playing tennis, so like,
Okay.
and I
Cardio
still do
guy.
that. Yeah, so it's more that.
I really wish someone had like introduced weightlifting to me when I was like an adolescent. And they're like,
Yeah.
listen, it doesn't involve cardio and it doesn't require coordination. 2 things you're famously bad
It
at.
definitely requires coordination.
Well, like,
what are you talking
dropping
about?
weights.
What I'm saying is like,
Get the Zoran beheading.
like I can't catch a ball.
Yes.
Throw a ball to me, I'm not going to catch it. But it's
Yay! Sorry. I'm trying something new. This is my character called Bobby Sheehan. This is my character called Bobby Sheehan interrupting someone talking about something.
I actually, it didn't register for me for a second that you were saying gay. I thought you went a, and I was like, yes, Elian. I'm listening.
Oh, I was
Yeah, I thought you were trying to get my attention.
That's how Ilya raises his hand in
the worst
class.
podcast. I raise my hand every time I want to make a comment on something.
But it takes less coordination than like any kind of other sport, I think. Because it's like, okay, like hold, like bench pressing, you're like, do this, like don't wobble, go up, don't extend your elbows all the way, come down to your chest. Like you can't really fuck that up.
You can, because the don't wobble is easier said than done.
Really?
But to be fair, that's just a matter of your strength, not your like technical ability.
Right.
Like,
Well,
if
there is also like getting form down. And you can like, that's why honestly people use the machines, because then on the free weights you can be able to lift the weight, but you're like,
be doing it
it's
wrong,
just a little bit awkward. So it takes some adjusting. I would say it is different than like playing baseball and getting moved from left to right field anytime a left-handed hitter comes up to the plate.
Yeah, I do know that happens to you, Matt. I'm so sorry.
Do you know about this?
That's a
Billy?
real thing that happened
What
to me.
was your little kid?
No, when Bobby was in Little League, he played left field. And
Right field.
Played
right field.
And anytime a batter came up who might pull the ball to right field, the coach would switch him and the left fielder to make it as little possibility that the ball would ever be hit to Bobby. And when did you realize what was happening?
I was driving my car, so I was at least 16 years old.
What?
Literally, it was like one of those moments. Like I remember it was the first time in the day that I was really like by myself.
Yeah.
So I start reflecting, and I was like, why would he?
Wait,
Oh, what the fuck? Like, I was like,
wait, did you take part of the role of being right outfielder? Right.
That
outfielder?
sometimes you
Is that you have
switch.
to
sometimes you gotta switch.
That's part of what it is.
You know what? To me, I was like so not plugged into like how sports work that I'm like, this has some strategic advantage that I don't fully understand,
There's definitely a reason I haven't looked into baseball history about
Dude,
why you do this.
honestly, wild behavior from that little league coach. It's like, the main thing is for us to like feel good about ourselves and have
Fair.
high
Yeah, he
self-esteem.
wanted everyone else on the team to feel good about themselves.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
To be fair, what you want out of a little league coach is a recovering alcoholic who's trying to make up with his ex, kind of broken man, and
It's someone who's only
through coaching
there-
the team, he gets his redemption.
Right, it's someone who's only there because he's gotten too many DUIs.
Yeah. And it's like a court punished him somehow to coach a team which they don't have the authority to.
Which is
Anyway,
what you want in a little league coach is the plot line to the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah. I was going back to Bad News Bears actually.
Oh, that's another one.
That's probably more apt.
You ever
What-
seen
with
the
that being
original
about-
Bad News
Yeah,
Bears?
yeah. It's fair.
It's wild.
Oh,
In the first 10 minutes, there's like 8-year-old actors dropping hard R's.
I just read The Shining. I've never read Stephen King before. And so that's why, because obviously I know the movie, I just never read the book. I wanted to read it. It's a really good book, but way more N-words come up in it. Not the characters, the word come up in it. So many times. It's all every time he's talking about Halloran, who's like the black guy, the old like the caretaker kind of guy. And so they have.
I thought you said there weren't any of those.
There's just the one. That's the one and done policy. But
China, right?
What?
Yeah, that's
China.
the only one black
one
guy
black
per
baby?
family.
Yeah.
You can have 10 girls, doesn't matter. One black, you're done.
Hey, black baby.
But anyway,
Blah, blah.
like the amount of times it's in the like is sort of
In
like
The
narrative
Shining,
or
in the
something.
book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
Now, is the protagonist rapping? Is that why it's happening?
it's all written in rap form actually.
It's
People
like the
don't know that.
Quran when you translate it.
Do you rap
yeah.
the Quran?
I do. Quran is the
Can you
world's longest.
He raps on the Quran.
Actually, the misogyny in the Quran and rap lyrics would be a nice.
If we lay down a nice beat, can you do freestyle some Quran
Okay.
stuff?
All right, go ahead.
Nah, I don't.
Part of me was like, dude, if Elias starts,
Beatboxing.
I want to get. I'm trying to make a sound of like a bombs or something, but I can't think.
there are Muslim rappers, but I don't know how much they could like
That's
quote
it.
the Quran. They're more like, I don't like white people Muslim. You know what I mean?
Like the
That's
black
quoting
Muslim?
the Quran, isn't it? No.
Yeah.
We call those black Muslims.
Yes. But what were we saying before Stephen King?
Bad
Bad News
News
Bears
Bears, yeah.
and Mighty Ducks. I was gonna say, do you like the beginning of Mighty Ducks? It's so funny when you watch older movies. Like in the beginning, they just do the scene where it's like this is kind of a bad guy, but he's redeemable, and then he ends up being redeemed by the end of it. But like times have changed enough that the things people do in the beginning of movies now we see as so irredeemable. Like in the beginning of the movie, he's just like the worst. Like he's an asshole, and then he's still kind of a little edgy later on, but we're supposed to like him now. And I feel like now if you watch it, you'd be like, I think that guy's still a dick.
Yeah. People, well, we don't care. We don't allow redemption anymore.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. The premise
Yes,
is
yes.
the guy literally
Yeah.
did statutory rape.
Yeah, and he like jokes about
Yeah.
it, and everyone
Yeah.
likes him.
He's a cool guy. That's what the movie's about. He looks cool.
Yeah.
Nicholson looks cool in that movie.
He actually,
He's a
his
cool-
character, they wrote it out of the movie, but he was an improv teacher.
Mm.
Yeah. You
It's
guys
a- is
clack
it-
me up.
Is it? It's ironic that derails.
Well, you guys got the premise of an improv teacher is like predatory to his students. You
Yeah.
guys were like, I don't know if it's okay to joke about
No, I didn't even know what the bit was you were going for.
I didn't even know what it was. I was just like, what?
Oh, he's an improv teacher because he committed statutory rape.
Okay,
Got
okay, I
it.
got you. Yeah.
We're just trying to riff. Me and Bobby are just a couple of New York City comedians
Doing what New York City comedians do.
So anyway, in Bad News Bears, it's not just the M word they say. They have a lot of slurs in that
F
movie.
word.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. It's like the whole thing is they're a team of misfits, and at one point one kid goes, "How are we supposed to win? We got a team of," and just says the slur for. Well, he says Jews, which isn't a slur,
Yeah.
and he says slur for Hispanics, black people, and all. But you're like, if you had Hispanics and black people, you would be a great baseball team.
Yeah.
I don't get why that was seen as such a negative. Eventually,
when-
they get a girl.
Also, when you slip Jew into the list of slurs, it becomes a slur.
That's
the
true.
context clue suggests that they're not saying Jew in an
Yeah.
affirmative way.
Yeah,
I don't know. Should I watch this movie?
Bad News Bears.
I think so. It's
Yeah,
Nick.
it's great.
It's
Very
Nick
fun.
Should we-
Fuentes' favorite movie.
Hell yeah. Should we pause the podcast? Connor, let me know if you would let us do this. Can we pause the podcast? I watch Bad News Bears
Okay.
and then come back and we can talk about
We
it.
can just pull it up and put it on
Wait,
the
so
screen, and you can
Oh,
edit
so we
it
don't
out
watch it
later.
together. You watch it independently, and we just wait for you to finish
So
watching
I
it.
go to the movie room that Connor has.
the movie room.
Yeah. It's going to take about an hour and a half to watch the movie, and then we'll come back and do the last 10 minutes of the podcast. Is that cool? He's thinking about it.
Also,
Yeah.
I don't think he looked up how long it was that Derek Chauvin was on George Floyd's neck. And I feel like,
Oh, was that really an assignment?
I don't know if it was. I'm trying to think, but I don't remember anymore. It was
You
8
can
minutes, like-
choose between one of the two. Either Bobby can watch the movie or I'll look it up.
do you guys?
We
I-
can either
do-
watch
do you guys
Bad
want-
News Bears or look up something that
Do you
none
wanna-
of us actually care
Do you want
about.
to? What if we all take guesses on what we think the time was? Because I think it was like 8 minutes and 42 seconds or something.
I
Are
think
you
it was
talking about the
8:40.
length of
You
the
want
movie?
Price is Right?
Bad News Bears.
Are you
Yeah.
gonna Price is Right me out of
It was when Walter Matthau put his knee on that child's neck.
That would have happened. You ever see Slapshot?
I think it was, yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
love Slapshot.
course.
Slapshot's the most 70s movie
It's-
you'll ever see.
Yeah.
Paul Newman is like a hockey player, and it's just like everyone's just like foul mouthed. And apparently, Paul Newman, for the rest of said he never really cursed much in his everyday life, but after that movie, he would
Yeah.
curse all the time.
Great cursing that movie. But anyway,
Yes.
I'm going with 8:42. That's what
I'd say, I think it was 8:46.
The full incident takes a half hour, but the
part that
neck,
the part
thing.
that people
The good part.
the climax.
the denouement
Yeah.
of yeah. So
Do you know, by the way, George Floyd was a rapper, and that sounds like a bit I'm
he
doing.
was a real jack of all trades.
Mhm.
He did porn, rapper,
drug
criminal
addict,
element.
guy that was killed by
Alleged.
the allegedly.
I'm not going to say which one I say is alleged.
You know what's weird about the George Floyd story that like some right wing people embellish
Yeah.
is they'll say that he put a gun to a pregnant woman's abdomen.
Yeah.
And that's not true. He robbed a woman and put the gun to her abdomen, and her like toddler child was near her when it was happening.
So she wasn't
So she wasn't
pregnant.
So she wasn't pregnant. So it's like the real story is bad enough. Why morph it into something worse? You know what I mean?
I mean, that's people do that about politics all the time.
Yeah.
It's like always, people do that in life. I've
Mm-hmm.
had people like tell stories about me and something fucked up I did, and they make it where I'm like, I did something dumb. And
Yeah.
you're like, here's what he did. I'm like, it was already dumb. Why would you say that?
I think when people tell stories,
Yeah.
a lot of the times they get like insecure that the story's not exciting enough, and not even realizing that they're doing it. they'll like embellish. You know?
Yeah.
My dad will do that. He'll tell a story that I'm involved in, and then he'll be like, and Bob said this funny thing. Like we're in a sitcom and I said like a little quip and I'm like, I was there. I didn't say that. That didn't happen.
I'll be honest. It'd be nice if you started embellishing your stories.
I know, dude. I got to get on it, man.
Dude,
not everybody is like you where they could get so successful at comedy that they could quit their job. I'm still doing telemarketing every day.
There is like I do like the old saying that like never let the truth get in the way of a good story. There is a little of that, but when you are talking about somebody who died that we all saw and actual crimes they committed, there you don't need to embellish there necessarily.
Yeah.
There was a pro wrestler, Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, and apparently he would kind of like tell all these crazy embellished stories. His son, Cody Rhodes, is now a wrestler. Did a podcast where he told a story about his dad claimed that he wrestled once in Africa and everyone from these like warring villages or whatever came out to see the show and there was peace there after. And he's just like, of course, this is like a crazy story. And then one day he was at an autograph signing and this African guy came up to him and told him like, they did a wrestling show and it legitimately brought people together. And he was like, that was it was just one of the stories he so clearly thought was fake. And then the fan came and told him it was real. He was like, wait, are there some of those other insane things he said actually true also?
That was back when wrestling could brought people together. Now it divides us.
Really?
I don't know. I don't watch wrestling.
I thought you were going to drop some wrestling lore on
No,
us.
I don't.
No.
I think
Is there wrestling lore, Matt, or you haven't watched wrestling
the whole
in years?
everything about it is lore. It's the concept.
The entire thing. I like keep up here and there. I don't like watch super regularly. There's some things I know.
Were you sad when Hulk Hogan died?
Not really.
Not for- not for
I
wrestling.
thought he was a piece of shit. I think most people in wrestling, you like obviously appreciate like he was one of the best ever at like being a superstar, and that is a talent to be able to be that level of megastar. But legit, every single interview you saw about people talking about Hulk Hogan, no one talked about, oh, but he was such a great guy.
Oh,
Like it was kind of sad, honestly. They brought on, I was watching ESPN, they brought on Sergeant Slaughter, one of his greatest rivals, and they were like, tell us about the man, Hulk Hogan. And he goes, well, I didn't really get to know him that well, but I tell you what, every time we worked, we sold out. He was the golden goose, and he just talked about what a big star he was. And it's like there was so few people who could say.
It's so funny to be like almost in character still.
Yeah.
Wanting the real dead person. But you're still kind of,
I mean, a lot of people were bringing up like the sex tape where he said the racist stuff, which is
that's the same thing?
nothing you say.
Yeah.
Nothing you
Oh,
say
you didn't
during
know
the heat
that?
of passion.
I thought it was two separate events where he had a leaked sex tape and he was being racist on tape. It's the same thing?
So the
That's a great
sex
tape.
Yes, so the sex
Is that
tape
the only
is
way you could come? What the
No,
fuck?
after the sex, his pillow talk with this woman was about his daughter dating black men and how upset he was about it. I'm serious.
The girls he was with was like, these pillows are made of cotton. Is it speaking of cotton?
Oh my God, that's crazy.
And he like fully says, he's like, yeah, I'm a racist. I think everyone's racist. And then there was that. Then there was also like a year later, his son was in like a drunk driving
killed the friend
accident.
or something.
And I think the friend survived, but like injured someone. And Hulk Hogan was like caught on tape. His biggest worry was that we're such bad people now that our family may be reincarnated as a black family.
Wow, so that's not even like I was
That's
born
funny
in
'cause-
19 whatever.
Yeah,
That's
I
like
mean, it's like-
special.
It's also because it's funny because it embraces a different brown culture.
I mean, honestly, it is just what a bald guy with a mullet and a bandana who lives in Florida
Yeah.
would think.
He's like,
also.
inshallah, we don't become black.
yeah.
A lot of people were bringing, and then also he went like backstage at WWE like a couple years later and talked to all the people in the locker room. And he did a couple of these like apology on Good Morning America, but very clearly like a scripted apology thing. Apparently, it was a black wrestler who was like, "I love your legacy. Let's repair it. We could do a tour like black colleges and universities," and he declined.
That's
And
what
then
Michael
he-
Richards needed.
Yeah.
One black comic to be like, let's go on the road.
And then he went to, he went backstage and told all these WWE wrestlers what he learned from all this was you need to be careful where you're being recorded and who's recording you.
That's hilarious. Dude.
So a lot of people bring that up. I actually think the worst shit he did was like he fully like union busted.
I watched that documentary. That was
So
yeah.
Jesse
The
Ventura,
Vince McMahon one.
after the first WrestleMania is a big success, next year there's a second WrestleMania, and Jesse Ventura's like, We don't get royalties. We don't have health insurance. We're not employees. They're independent contractors, but the contract doesn't let them work anywhere else. It's like insane what they're able to do. So he's like, we need a union because wrestlers are being mistreated everywhere, run like dogs. And he got all the locker room on board. There was no one outside of the wrestlers in the locker room. Next day, Vince McMahon calls him and is like, shuts the whole thing down, like tells him off. And years later, Jesse Ventura is in court suing WWE for royalties. And he asked his lawyer, because Vince McMahon was getting deposed, and he said, during the deposition, can you ask him how he found out? I want to know who ratted me out. And immediately he goes, oh, it was Hulk Hogan. And then years later in the Netflix documentary, Hulk Hogan's like, they were going to do something to Vince, and I had to say something. And the next year's WrestleMania, he was in the main event, and Hulk Hogan got paid more than every single other person on the show combined. He should have got paid the most. He was the biggest star. But more than Andre the Giant and everyone else combined is crazy. He was like, but 30, 40 years later now, how many wrestlers have died because of not having health insurance and all this stuff? And it could have, or like, don't get money that they've earned because of this. Like, I think Hulk Hogan's like legitimately responsible for so much of like the tragic wrestling stories you hear about.
I don't know. I like a company man.
Yeah.
I like Death of a Salesman kind of
Yeah.
thing with Hulk Hogan. I like,
And then there's all these stories backstage of other wrestlers of him like holding people down and like being shitty. He just like overall just didn't seem like a good guy at all, but like legitimately one of the biggest stars in entertainment history.
It is kind of unfortunate when like someone that's very successful,
Yeah.
you're like, what's an element of their success? And they're like ruthlessness, borderline
Oh, yeah.
psychopathy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh fuck, is there?
It annoyed me because his last WWE appearance, it was for their first show they did on Netflix in LA, and he got booed out of the building, and everyone was saying it was because he did the Trump rally the year before,
Right.
And they were like, oh, it's Trump. And in LA, maybe that was some reason,
Right.
but everyone tried to brush it off as politics, and I'm like, and even now it's like people are like, oh, he said racist things on tape, and it's like that's also not great, but it's like this guy's a legitimately bad person, and just like writing it off as political,
equating
Yeah.
those
is
things.
annoying.
It diminishes.
Yeah.
I guess for context, for anyone that doesn't know Mr. Maran, he used to be a professional wrestler.
Yeah, I was
in the
wrestling.
indie circuit.
Would you ever
Nick
scab
Matthews.
go against if you're a part of a union or something?
No, if it at
think
least if
it'd
it
be
was
so
something
fun.
I believed in,
I would love to cross the picket line. It looks so fun.
To me, can I give a
Depend-
serious answer?
Yeah.
I probably
Wait,
would not join a union unless I really felt like it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Because I think there is some room for nuance. I think sometimes it's like they need a union.
Yes.
And it's sometimes there's like, all right, there are some people that would like to make money from just pushing buttons. You know what I mean?
You know how
There-
long
yeah.
it took for me to realize that when people were blowing up inflatable rats, it's because they're on strike. I just saw that occasion. It's like, what is that? Why is that a thing sometimes?
Yeah. I definitely I think pro wrestlers like need a union. If I was still wrestling and there was a union, I wouldn't scab that. I thought about if there was a comedy union.
That's the thing they tried, right? Like
They tried it back in
with
the
Ted
day in LA,
Alexandra.
yeah.
No,
Ted
New York.
Alexandra in New York, they tried it.
West Virginia, yeah.
I don't think it could happen because there'll be too many scabs for sure.
But also the problem is like the system is so much worse now that it doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
they're booking people based on Instagram followers, so it doesn't matter if you're like if you don't book us anyway. So I have nothing to leverage against.
You know, you need at least 10,000. And the good thing between the three of us is we got 10,000 followers. So I think if we make a single Instagram profile,
Yeah.
we could be booked as a collective. Do you guys want to do like a comedy trio, like Stella, maybe?
Sure.
Abbott and Costello and Smith?
Abbott Costello.
I stand by what I said.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only
could
thing that
do
would
it.
be weird is there's as a comedians union, there's like in sports, the players union, when a player is like accused of a heinous crime, the players union has to like defend them. And I feel like the thing
To be fair, your instinct is to defend every comic who's been accused of assassination.
Yeah.
You're right there, right down in
Yeah.
front.
Well, I was gonna say that'd be my problem with doing a comedians union is like there are comedians who've like been run out of the scene before for doing things, and there's others who probably should. But I'm like, yeah, I think we need a comedians union so everyone can unite and be like certain people like not defend everybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
so.
we could have
yeah.
we should have like a union meeting. Someone
Yes.
says this guy's been accused of raping another comic.
Yeah.
And let's just have an in-house court system, and we decide whether or not we'll And the worst punishment is you just get cast out of the union, I guess.
Yeah.
James and the Giant Peach is one of my favorite movies, by the way. Have you ever seen it before?
A long time ago. What made you think of this?
Just thinking about it, dude.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I don't know if you had to watch. If you
I get it, Bobby. Smart. I like it.
listen, we don't have any more time. We got 2 minutes left. So can you just
We have
Matt?
7 minutes left. We have 6 minutes left now.
No, we started at 5:10, so we got till 6:10.
Oh, I thought we started 5:15 was what the book.
No, we started 5 minutes early because I assumed Matt was going to be late and he wasn't.
Oh.
So Matt, tell honestly, aside from us being friends or whatever, why are you really here?
Oh, 10-year anniversary of Comedy Fight Club coming up. At the Stand, September 7th is the show. 9/11 is the anniversary. First ever Comedy Fight Club was on 9/11. And then like a month or so later, we started doing it as a weekly show. But we never forget that the first ever Comedy Fight Club was on 9/11.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah. So yeah, September 7th at the Stand, on the Stand's website. Get tickets now. We got Amanda Vasco, Gabby Jordan Brown's the main event. Two of the best roasters we have at CFC. We also, I'm actually surprised we were able to get them, but we are going to have Zoran Mamdani and Andrew Cuomo
Oh, nice.
are going to be roasting each
Now,
other.
some people are skeptical, like, oh, is it going to be two comedians playing
Some
those
people think it's going to be Robbie Goodwin and Big T, but it's going to be Zoran Mamdani and Andrew Cuomo.
By the way, it'd be so funny if Big T's around. If they just switch what you think it's gonna, that'd be great.
Yeah, the CFC champ Claire Donaher is going to be one of the judges. We're in the middle of our summer tournament. We have our 2 semifinal fights, and that's to determine who's next in line for the CFC championship. Real fun lineup, and it's our first time back at the Stand in a little while. We're every Sunday at Lucky Jack's now, which is great. It's a great
Blast
room
from the
for
past,
it.
dude.
Yeah, we went back there. They've redone the room. It looks a lot better now. I think it looks good on video. The room itself is always last like few months packed out like every week. So, been a lot of fun. And then the Stand coming up, and both of you veterans of Comedy Fight Club.
We're two veterans, dude. That's
Yeah.
why we get
were
half.
back in the day when we didn't have a union. And it was, we all got CTE and died in our 40s.
Now, all jokes aside, Ilya, do you have anything to add?
To add or what?
To add?
To add to the plugs?
Yeah.
What are you asking me?
Do you have anything to add?
Oh my god!
Remember, folks, early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. I'm just playing Night Owls. You know I love you.
Thank you.